Hey, what's going on? Today I have a quick review of the Melonare SD-2 in-ear monitoring system. This is definitely a step up in terms of price and quality from the smaller, more portable unit that I reviewed from them in the past, but let's take a look. Stereo monitoring. So that's nice that we can actually have left and right audio separate. For example, you could have a click track in one ear and other instruments in the other ear. It's got auto scan. It's on UHF, which is going to be a lot more reliable in most cases compared to the 2.4 gigahertz, which is what Wi-Fi uses, and it's what a lot of other audio devices use. It's got panning, which of course is assumed to go along with stereo monitoring. There's a pad switch, which is nice. So if your levels are coming in too high, you can pad them, turn them down by 12 dB. It's got a lock function, which once everything is set up smoothly, you can lock it so that the settings don't get changed during performance. It's got RF power adjustment. There are two power levels. So if you're not getting good transmission, you can just turn up to another power level, which will probably go through battery faster, but work better. It's got IR synchronization. So that's a really nice feature. That's where you just hold up the receiver to the transmitter and they use IR to communicate, so you don't have to like dial the frequencies by hand. And it's expandable, so this system supports up to 4 transmitters, each connecting to multiple receivers. So this set came with one transmitter and one receiver. Let's take a look at what's in the box. So this is a BNC cable power adapter for the base station transmitter. So again, this is a step up from the little tiny portable one. You actually have to plug this in. We have XLR input 2. There's a pad to turn that down. There's an antenna, that's what the BNC is for, and there's a power input. On the front we have a couple of knobs, the IR transmitter for automatically syncing up the receivers, and a few buttons. This looks very overall simple to operate. Let's see how far I can get without a manual. Nice, we have a pretty heavy duty, a real antenna. We've got a basic in-ear setup. Comes with a few different earpieces. Let's just see if these are at least comfortable. We'll find out how they sound later. Yeah, fairly comfortable, fairly minimal looking in-ear monitors. So yeah, we'll see how they sound in a bit. These would of course hook into the receiver. That's the receiver that would go in your pocket during your performance. Alright, so this will be a little tutorial on how to set it up. I've got the manual here. Everything's plugged in. I've got batteries in the receiver. It did come with some AA batteries, which is nice. So we've got turn on the transmitter. Connect the antenna to the transmitter via the antenna jack. So antenna is hooked up to the back there. You don't have to use the cable unless you want to mount the antenna somewhere else. Turned on. It's got a nice big bright screen. Connected audio source to the stereo audio input jack. So I'm using a 1/4 inch. You can use 1/4 inch or XLR, which is nice. Then we turn on the receiver. Install fresh batteries and turn on the receiver. Here we go. Oh yeah. Look at that. You can see that it's getting AF and RF. So RF is radio frequency. That means how good is your connection to the transmitter. AF is the levels of audio. So you can see I'm getting audio in there right now. Let me put my headphones in. Yeah, it's nice. So I've got, sounds fine. The included headphones actually sound pretty decent. I've got the audio just in the left because I only plugged in one side of my interface to this for an output, and it's working really nice. I'm going to take a little walk, and I'm going to see how this works, just walking around my apartment behind walls and whatnot. Alright, so once we power on, this controls our input volume. So this volume knob changes the level of what's coming in. The set button is used to change all the settings. If we hold it down, we can scan. That's going to find a nice clean frequency where there's not so much interference. And then if we just press set and then hold up the receiver to the IR window, that's going to automatically pair So very quickly jumped to the correct channel, and now I'm hearing really nice clear audio. I went for a little walk down my apartment hallway, behind several metal doors, and I got about 50, 60 feet before the RF levels started to drop and have some dropouts. So if you're on a small stage or a bar venue or something like that, this is probably going to give you very good performance, especially compared to the smaller battery-powered transmitters. So for our RF adjustment, if we wanted to change manually, we just tap Set and then select RF, Set. So if you tap Set once, you get this animation. And then to select channel on the screen, you press Set again. And now I'm on channel, as you can see, 35. So set, set, set. There we go. 35, 34. That's going to change the channel we're transmitting on. So you can change manually. Now I'm on RF high. I can move that to RF low if I don't need full power. I'm going to keep it on high. And then we have lock. So once everything's set, if we go to the lock, now I've locked my settings. For anyone curious about the technical specifications, you can pause, check out any details you're looking for here in terms of frequency range, transmission power, goes from 10 to 50. So when they say 50 meters under ideal environment, what they're talking about is line of sight, nothing between the transmitter and the body pack other than you, the performer. Keeping the antenna on your belt, sticking out rather than in a pocket or something like that will help. Okay, so it appears that you cannot plug in one cable and get mono audio, like having that signal go to both. You have to provide stereo inputs. You could use a splitter. So if you just want to use one cable, all you need is a Y splitter that puts the one cable going into two inputs. But I plugged in both just to play with the pan knob on the receiver. So in the middle, right now I'm hearing balanced stereo, and it sounds good. The included earbuds are not bad, actually. I have some very expensive Shure IEMs from a show that I got, but these would do the trick if you don't want to buy anything. It's nice that everything here, you're set up. You can just buy more receivers if you need them for your band. So this knob is going to change from left to right. So now I'm only getting audio in the left ear. Balance. And back to the right. So I'm only getting audio balance in the right ear. So what you cannot do, I guess, is put the right audio in both ears or the left audio in both ears. You're either getting left, both, or right. So if that serves your needs, that's what you've got here. You could, for example, balance between a click track in the left channel, quieter, and music in the right a little louder. Oh, okay. So the crackling I'm hearing, not a fault in the product. It's actually peaking. The level's peaking. So I'm going to turn down the output of my interface to stop the peaking. The other option would be just turn the input knob down on the transmitter, or use the pad feature. So not a problem. The clipping does sound. It sounds like a interference, but it's just clipping. Okay. So back to the pan testing. You can get a nice balance if you go really small movements here to where I'm hearing mostly right and a little bit of left. That could be great to have music click, or loud click and a little bit of music. And you can have your sound mixer, change what's going to the left and right channels. Oh, I want like guitar over here, click over here, bass on this side, or whatever you want. So I'm going to walk around a little bit more and do a little bit more kind of range testing, covering this antenna up, putting it against my body, see what happens. Yeah, so no problems there. Actually got pretty far away. I was putting the antenna against my body, covering it up. Very good transmission. I would actually put it on par with something like the Sennheiser G3, G4 system, which I use a lot. To talk a little bit about the build quality here, we've got a nice belt pack clip. This is tight and seems relatively easy to take on and off if you need to, but it's not going to come off by mistake. battery compartment just has the IR receiver. This door, I think I could break if I wanted to, but as long as it's closed, this feels pretty sturdy. I'm flexing it. No issues. Keep the screen on. Seems pretty sturdy. Now there is kind of like there's a diagonal line on this side, like of black in the plastic window. Not a big problem, but that does seem to be something I can't clean off or anything. There's a good battery indicator. Came with AA batteries, which is nice. A great feature of this is that it is not a built-in battery. People love the little Rode wireless things that you see everyone using right now on like short form content, everyone wearing the little microphone packs. Those aren't going to last forever. And there's nothing you can do once they stop charging, once they start holding a charge for only 30 minutes or an hour, you're not going to be able to replace the battery. So I actually prefer, for something that's meant to be a professional level or, semi-professional level, entry-level pro gear for the stage, you want something that's built well and also has replaceable batteries, because you don't want to be like, oh, did I plug it in? You want to be able to just keep batteries in your bag and throw them in there. So I see that as a positive. Another nice positive of this is the antenna is a standard antenna. So different lengths of antenna are actually optimized for different frequency ranges. So if you find yourself using a particular range a lot, you can do the math, go online, figure out how long you need to cut the antenna to, and literally physically cut it. The shorter it is, the higher the frequency that it's optimized for. And if you lose this or damage it or bend it or break it, it'll be pretty easy to find just a replaceable antenna for this, because all types of wireless equipment use that, so it's pretty standard. And there's a standard 1/8 inch, so a lot of design choices that I am very happy with here. These are just the built-in, or the included earbuds. Not bad. They feel a little sturdier than your kind of drugstore earbuds that you would get for $10, but I'm not going to compare them to like a $400 pair of Shure IEMs. The actual base station transmitter. Nice metal box. There's no plastic here except for the knobs and this front facing plate. This button feels like a nice sturdy rubber button that you do have to hold for a second, which is good. It won't get accidentally jostled and turn off. You can click that, nothing happens. So if you bump into it, you're not going to lose IEMs. These knobs are plastic and feel like, see, I'm trying to pull it off. Yeah, it's just a regular knob. So if this, were to get damaged, underneath there's metal. That's good. And then it pops right back on. No problems. The buttons are very flush, which I like, less likely to get damaged. This knob, probably the same situation. Try to pull it off. That one's really on there. That's good. I don't think that's going to get damaged too easily. It's rack mountable. So if you have a rack, it comes with screws. You can put this into a regular audio rack, which is great. Yeah. Overall, very nice unit. And it's, so currently available for between $200, $220. This seems like a really great system if you need an affordable IEM transmitter that's a step up from like the little battery powered, USB powered stuff, which is not going to be reliable in the long term. Seems pretty solid overall. I would definitely recommend this to bands that don't want to drop a lot of money on an IEM system, or if you just need something for like your church. If you look in the Amazon reviews, a lot of people are very happy using these for their churches. It's got 50 milliwatt transmitting power, which is much better than the little boxes. So I think I could say I would recommend this to a fair number of people. Good job, Melonare. One major caveat that I just found out about kind of researching this product: there's currently, in May 2025, no way to buy additional receivers. So that's kind of a problem. They do make the claim on the box that this is an expandable system supporting up to 4 transmitters, each connecting to multiple receivers. So if I can't buy multiple receivers, like 1 transmitter and 4 receivers, then that really limits the functionality of this, and I don't know how you're supposed to use it for, say, a band.